How is everybody doing? Hope you're all well. We're going to check out Level 42 on compact disc. I've also uploaded Level 42 on cassette and Level 42 on vinyl in the last month or two. This takes a look at the CD releases. They've been released a few times already, so we're going to check them out in closer detail right now. Okay, this is Level 42 from 1981. This is the debut album on Polydor. This is a 2007 reissue. I had all the original Polydor CDs. I sold them all some time ago. Nice disc here. I think there's a little bit of there's a little bit of spiel in here as well. I think these are nicely done. The remastering is good. Yeah, there's some sleeve notes and cool photos, lyrics as well. I like this album. It's pretty cool. It's Wally Badarou, the fifth member. Great musician. The thing about these reissues that I'm not too keen on is the bonus tracks. You've got live tracks from 1983. It's kind of pointless, really. Then you've got two here from Isle of Wight 2000. That just makes absolutely no sense. There's some studio B-sides from around this time. Bees Are One, Foundation and Empire, and 42, I think. I mean, why didn't they put them on? It's just mind-boggling. Then you would have had a live tracks are fine, but you're not going to go back to them that much. Live tracks should be on a live album, and that's it. So it's a pity because it's flawed because of that. The early tapes. This was recorded in July, August 1980. Again, this here is really cool. Again, this isn't as bad. You've got live tracks from London, 1981, Mr. Pink Sandstorm, 88, Wings of Love, US mix, that's forgivable. Then Love Meeting Love live at Hammersmith Apollo, 2003. That's not even the original band that played on this album. The original lineup: Mark King, bass obviously, Mike Lindop keyboards, Boone Gould guitar, Philip Gould drums, and then Wally Badarou was a keyboard player. So yeah, that kind of annoys me when they do that. You should just stuck to remixes, keep it studio if it is studio. Artwork is great though, you know, it's of its time. I like it. And a little bit of spiel here and there. This is an instrumental album, really, apart from 3 tracks. Okay. Yeah, it's a great album. I like it. I think there's some, great playing on it. Next is The Pursuit of Accidents. Again, this is a 2007 remaster. I like this album. It's a kind of a step up from the first album. A little bit poppier, but great tracks on this one. The instrumentals are good. Again, Hitchin, 1983. Some of the tracks here. The Chinese Way New York remix, that's not too bad. But again, there's a track from 2001. You can't blame Lewis. That's a good track actually. It kind of grew on me. Nice disc. Again, sleeve notes. You know, there's a nice little bit of thought put into these. They're very nicely done. And that's what you want when you're getting reissues. But again, there is studio stuff from around this time. I think there's a track called The Return of the Handsome Rugged Man. That should be on there really. So, 2014 reissue of Standing in the Light. This is nice. It's a double CD package. This was never really my favourite Level 42 album. I always thought the production was a little bit sanitized. So this one is packed with stuff, apart from the album itself. It has the big hit, The Sun Goes Down. Micro Kid is on it. So the bonus, you get Micro Kid 7-inch, Can't Walk You Home, short version, Micro Kid dub version. It's kind of live crowd and that, it's a bit strange. Micro Kid 12-inch extended, Can't Walk You Home, that's the full version of that song. The Sun Goes Down, 12-inch extended, Out of Sight Out of Mind extended, Micro Kid specially remixed version, Standing in the Light extended, The Sun Goes Down Living It Up upfront mix, and Micro Kid live. So again, sleeve notes, period correct photographs. Level 42 are such an amazing band. With the chops, like the playing. I think I have that 7-inch picture disc. And then the lyrics obviously as well. You gotta have the lyrics. This is nice. Red label. I only bought this recently. Got it on eBay from Dodax. It was £7.50 and it was free shipping, so I suppose you can't really argue with that. Free shipping is obviously something you can never argue with, as long as you get it. Next up is True Colours from 1984. This is one of my favourite Level 42 albums. It's almost not commercial, but it's absolutely great. I love the production. There's some great hooks in there. There's some great playing. Again, I only bought this last week, Dodax. I had all the originals, but they're long gone. This one kind of does it right. You've got the 9 album tracks, and the bonus tracks are nothing to write home about, but they're all, you know, correct from the time and stuff. The bonus is there's only 4 here. The Chant Has Begun, Power Mix, Hot Water, Master Mix, The Chant Has Begun Edit, and Hot Water 7-inch edit. Yeah, it's a pity there's no more stuff from around this time. They kind of kept the demos off these. I absolutely hate CD boxes. It's just so awkward getting out the booklet without damaging it. So again, you get the sleeve notes. It's quite interesting actually how they did this. I think Mark was on about he started using samples and loops, and they were also listening to Fela Kuti. So with interest, about that, I can't even talk after Christmas. It also cites a few influences, which is great, you know what I mean. I didn't, you know, there's not an awful lot out there about this album. Of course, it's got Kansas City Milkman on it, which is a fan favourite, one of my favourite Level 42 songs. 7 Days is really good as well. Hot Water is almost like a James Brown track, just for the 80s. The quality as well of the remastering on this is a step up. I just think it sounds fantastic. Floating Life, that's a great track, very synth heavy. It's one of their heaviest tracks. I could imagine some band like, I could imagine Robert Plant doing that live. It's pretty beefy. True Believers, My Hero, that's a fantastic track. It's not on the original vinyl, but it's always been track 7 on the CDs. Yeah, it's a little bit like Running in the Family has got Freedom Someday on cassette and CD, but the actual vinyl never had it. Same with what's the other one? World Machine. Dream Crazy was an add-in on the cassette and the CD on that, not on the vinyl. So there you go. Some nice memorabilia from the time. Yeah, very good. I love this album. Yeah, and I just had to have it as a standalone. Again, yeah. A Physical Presence. This is a live album. It's been around on CD, I'd say, since the 80s, but it was only a cut down single disc. It was originally a special priced double LP, and this is the remastered version from 2000. A great snapshot of the band just before they shot to mega stardom around the world, and especially in America. It's from early 1985. This is the full gig over 2 discs. It's great. It's got Almost There on it, Turn It On, Mr. Pink, Eyes Water Falling, Kansas City Milkman, Follow Me, which was a kind of a... I've never heard the original version. It seems to be a live track they released. I'm not sure. It's not on any album. Foundation and Empire, some great bass playing on that. It's a really, really great Level 42 track. Not a lot of people may know. Studio version's even brilliant. The Chant Has Begun, The Chinese Way, The Sun Goes Down, Hot Water, Bass Solo, and Love Games. And then 88. 88 is kind of a showcase for the band to last off on their individual solos. Yeah, I bought this when it came out in 2000. I grabbed it because I'm a big fan of this band since 1987. So this is a nice addition. Original lineup. I never had the original CD, but I have the vinyl, alright. Yeah, so definitely worth grabbing for fans. I think it's out of print now. I haven't seen it for a while. Next up is World Machine. World Machine is the kind of first big commercial blockbuster they released in 1985. They were selling albums up to 60,000 before that, and this was a big seller. The songs are more commercial. I think Mark took control and wanted to make commercial music so the band could get bigger. And it's a good album. It's different from their early stuff. You're not going to hear a lot of crazy slap bass on it or anything like that. But this one is the deluxe edition from 2007. I ran out and bought that. It's out of print now. A lot of people say it's actually one of the worst deluxe editions ever. And I guess, yeah, the extras on it are pretty poor. There's live tracks from Hammersmith Odeon London, February 1986. Fair enough, it's around the time the album was being toured. But there's also stuff from Isle of Wight, November 2000, and Hammersmith Apollo London, November 2003. That's clearly filler. What else have we got in here? Coup d'etat, backwards mix. It's nothing to write home about. Something About You, Shep Pettibone mix. Again, the remixes of the time, they're okay, Sometimes it can be more irritating. And then we got World Machine Funk Investigation Club Mix. It's kind of a house mix. It's a bit pointless, but look, let's not take away from the fact it's a great album. World Machine is great itself. Physical Presence, I love that track. Something About You was a total classic. Great pop song. Leaving Me Now, I Sleep on My Heart. It's Not the Same for Us. Probably the weak track on the album. Dream Crazy. Very funky actually. Good Man in the Storm. That's another good one. Coup d'etat. But it's okay. I was never really mad into it. And then Lying Still. Great cover on it. They carried the team through here then, of course. Double disc. Booklet is again nice with the story of the album and how it came about. It's more about the surrounding time of the album and what the band were up to, and you see Mark's face there with a tremolo on it. It doesn't really go into the tracks that much, it doesn't really go into the mechanics of the songs. This man's hands are worth $1 million. He had his hands insured. That was a big thing back then. Whoa. But still, this is nice to have, in fairness. The remastering is great. The song quality is good. And then lyrics. Again, written on a very pale background, so it's almost impossible to read. Record companies, they really, really should be shot sometimes. The people who design these things. Why could they just not keep it black and white? It's actually hard to see, hard to read, White on the palest pastel colour you can think of. Really, really clever. Then, in 1987, Running in the Family came out. This was probably the band's commercial peak. Probably their biggest year. And also the year that Phil Gould and his brother Boone left the band, unfortunately. This is the 25th deluxe edition, the 25th anniversary deluxe edition, from 2012. Great album. Great songs, great songwriting, great melodies, great hooks. Lessons in Love, great track. That came out the year before the album was released. That was out in early 1986. Great single. Children Say, another great track. Running in the Family, great. It's Over. That's the love song of the album. To Be With You Again, Two Solitudes, Fashion Fever, The Sleepwalkers, and then Freedom Someday. That was tacked onto the end of the CD and the cassette, like I said. Bonus here, Lessons in Love, Shep Peppy One remix, Running in the Family, Dave O remix, and It's Over remix. There's another version of this came out in 1987 called the Platinum Edition. I don't have it on CD. I might pick it up sometime. It's just got a silver platinum cover. It follows the same track order as the cassette version. There was never a vinyl version of that. It was just the vinyl LP with an OB strip with a 12-inch of the extra tracks and the remixes. And then here you have acoustic reinterpretations 25 years on. Lessons in Love, Running in the Family, To Be With You Again, Two Solitudes, The Sleepwalkers, Freedom Someday. And then Live at Wembley, remastered audio taken from the 1987 live video. I think that was recorded in late December 1986. That was released as well in the last 15 years. I have that somewhere. Concert's only about 50 minutes. It's probably obviously been edited down a bit. They did a lot of nights at Wembley at the time. It's a pity that they couldn't have fleshed it out a little bit more. But yeah, this is great. There was a box set came out as well. with more acoustic versions. I didn't bother buying it. It was expensive for what you're getting. Story of running in the family. Yeah, it's interesting reading here. It's a great photograph. The black jeans, black Levi's. So 80s. Headless status, isn't it? Base. Those were the days. They supported Madonna in America as well. Band were big at this time. They were kind of a love-or-hate band. I remember going around with the cassette in my Walkman, and I said, "Do you like Level 42?" The people, I hate them. And then they'd be saying next week, "Oh, Running in Family is a brilliant song. Who sings that?" Pop is pop, and that's good pop. Staring at the Sun. This is one of the original CD pressings. This is from 1988, September 88 it came out. This is Mark King, Mike Lindup, Gary Husband on drums, and Alan Murphy on guitar. That was the touring band. Dominic Miller, who ended up playing with Sting, and played all the rhythm guitars on the track. Rhythm guitars on the album. I like this album, it's pretty good. It's a bit more technical than the other Level 42 albums. I think that's Gary Husband's drumming is very, very technical. Some big singles off this. Very, very big singles. I have them in my hands. Take a look. Tracy is a big one. It's a great track. I like Man. That's a great track. Two Hearts Collide. On this original CD, that is the album version is here. I think every version since has had the Tom Lord Alge remix, and that's got a very pronounced excuse my horrible mouth noises. There's a kind of a sequence, low, kind of percussive bass line, and it's just pronounced, more mechanical sounding. Yeah, there's a track here called Gresham Blues. I think Mike and Mark were living in the Gresham Hotel Dublin for some time in early '88, and they wrote that track. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there has been a reissue of this, 2012 or 2014. I'm not 100%. It's a double disc edition. I tried to find it and I can't get it at the moment, but I will at some point. Yeah, so this is a good album. I like it. Satisfying, like it's more sophisticated Level 42, if you will. Okay, in '91 the band signed to RCA. They released the greatest hits as well in 1989 called Level Best. I had that on CD. I don't know where it's gone. I think I sold it all off when I sold my original CDs. This is probably the weakest Level 42 album for me. There's a lot of tracks here that are just too many writers on it. You've got Mark, Mike, Gary Husband is on drums still, and Jacko, I can't pronounce his name, he's the guitarist on this. They did a lot of touring at the time, but this album is, I remember buying it in October 1991. Guaranteed, that's kind of almost like Level 42, going through the motions. Overtime, that's a great track. Her Big Day, I never liked that. 7 Years isn't bad. Set Me Up, again, kind of pointless. The Ape, I was never into that. My Father's Shoes was a good track. Almost a kind of a country feel to it. It's one of the more interesting singles they released. A Kinder Eye, She Can't Help Herself, it's kind of almost like a gospel-y. I can imagine Eric Clapton covering that. Kind of a 6/8, If You Were Mine. It's a great track, and there's a brilliant guitar solo on there by Alan Holdsworth. Lasso the Moon, yeah, with little love. You know, I mean, I've heard this album hundreds of times. I can't even remember those tracks. It was recorded in Mark King's house, I think, in the Isle of Wight. There's some photographs on the internet of the sessions. Very, very cool. There's a lot of people on it. A lot of writers, I think. Wouldn't be my favourite. I could live without it. There's Alan Holdsworth with the Steinberger guitar. Yeah, it's just too diffuse. It's, you know, yeah. So yeah, that's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to stay on the shelf and not be played that often. 1992, a Polydor bite back and released the remixes. Nothing here really that hasn't been kind of said before. Sun Goes Down. 12-inch, Something About You, Children Say. Hot Water, Running in a Family, Love Games, Chinese Way, Flying on the Wings of Love, Two Hearts Collide. That's the Tom Lord Alge remix. Lessons in Love, the hit combination. Oh, I hate those kind of things when you have about 5 or 6 tracks all running into each other. So yeah, this one can be done without, but I think I found that for 50 pence or something like that, so I just bought it. This brings us to Forever Now. This was released in 1994. This is actually quite a good album. It's a strong album. I bought it when it came out, and I actually played it a lot that year. Yeah, it's a good one. I think Phil Gould started writing again, and I think he plays on the album as well. Forever Now, Model Friend, Tired of Waiting, All Over You. It's kind of almost like very familiar, but not in a corny way. Love in a Peaceful World, that's a great track. Really is a great track. Very soulful. Romance, that's a good one as well. Billy's Gone, One in a Million, the Sunbed Song, Talking in Your Sleep, another great soul track. Reminds me almost of Al Green and stuff. And Don't Bother Me. They kind of branched out here. There's a few kind of new songs and a new kind of new songs, written in a slightly different way than they would have done before. My only criticism about this album is that it sounds a little bit, the production is a little bit harsh, you know. It would have been nice to have heard it, I can't explain it to you, but yeah, it just sounds a little bit. Oh, I remember typing out all the lyrics because there was no lyrics. Oh my god, I typed all the lyrics out and put them in there. I must be absolutely crazy. So yeah, it's a good album. I really like this one, and I listened to it again recently a couple of times and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just that the production, I know there was a reissue of it. I didn't buy it because all the bonus material was K-Class remixes and stuff like that, and Pharmacy dub and stuff. Oh my god, that kind of like, the kind of acid house from the time. Totally boring, and there's no way I want to hold this up. I like house music. I've DJed for a long time, but I don't want to tag down to the end of one of my favourite bands. Guaranteed was also reissued, but I didn't buy that. In 2006, Retroglide popped out, which was kind of a surprise, really. A lot of the songs here are kind of slow. It's a long album. There's some nice stuff on it. yeah, it was just bewildering at the time when it popped along. I was going, what, level 42, you know. Mark King with other musicians. Can't even open the box. Mike Lindup was on it, Gary Husband on drums, Nathan King guitars, Lyndon Connor keyboards, Sean Freeman saxes, Boone Gould plays guitar, solo on Ship. So yeah, it's nice that it came along. Don't really listen to it that often. The artwork is a bit strange. It's almost like something from a goth band or something like that. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, there you go. That's it. It's Retro Glide. Probably recorded in Mark's house. I like these boxes, the Super Jewel. They're great, tough, and I like the curved edges. And finally, I just thought I'd throw this in. Something About You, the collection. I think it was like a €5 compilation. There's lots of compilations out there. Lots of level 42 compilations. If you go into your local record shop, you know, the kind of chain record shops, you'll always find triple CD packages for about €5. You know, if you're ever stuck, just buy them, play them going back home in the car and stuff. So much stuff out there. This one is, I bought this just on a whim, just to have it. I like the artwork and it looks cool. Something About You was on it, Lessons in Love, Running in a Family, Love Meeting Love, Turn It On extended version. I think Turn It On extended version was on the original vinyl LP, you see. Some other CD versions didn't have it. Good Man in the Storm, The Sun Goes Down, Living It Up, Asleep on My Heart, Chinese Way. That's the extended John Luongo remix. That's been out before. Standing in the Light, Leaving Me Now, extended version. A Pharaoh's Dream, Last Chance, Flying on the Wings of Love, Kansas City Milkman, Sandstorm, Follow Me, Live at the Coronet, 1985. So it's a pretty good one. It's you know, true to the time and stuff. There's nothing here that shouldn't be here. So yeah, it's a cool one. Nice compilation if you just, you know, don't want to listen to any albums in particular. Oh man, these CD boxes, I just, you know, the way it gets caught here and you have to try and bend it to get them out and stuff, and it's just absolute hell. And then it tears the edge of the booklet. Yeah, it's nicely done. There's a little history there as well. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, something for everybody here. You know, I've often been tempted to buy more, but I've so much stuff. Yeah. Okay, and finally, I must show you these. These are kind of a bit of an oddity, really. They came out in 2000. They were double packages. I remember running out. I bought the whole lot for the bonus stuff that was on them. So what you got here is the first album, the early tapes. These were digitally remastered in 24-bit. That's what it claimed. A lot of people say the sound wasn't great on these. You see, this is the way it's, you know, the track listing was done properly. First album has got 42 on it. Bees Are One, Foundation and Empire. And the live tracks then are, there's a live track, Dune Tune, and then it's from around the time. And then you've got Goodbye Ray Schmidt Folk. That was some guy working at Polydor, and they put a little cassette recording to him. The second album, the early tapes, the bonus is piano. Very nice. Mike Lindup on piano here. Sounds a little bit like Keith Jarrett. Instrumental Love is Wings of Love instrumental. Wings of Love remix. Sandstorm live. Mr. Pink live. 88 live. Pursuit of Excellence, bonus on that is it's a happening. It's kind of almost like a party atmosphere, bopping up and down bopping inside the studio. Return of the Handsome Rugged Man, Last Chance extended version, the Chinese Way dub mix. Then you have Standing in the Light, the bonus for that. Can't Walk You Home, the full length version, Micro Kid remix. Sun Goes Down extended version. Out of Sight, Out of Mind demo, Standing in the Light extended version. Next up, True Colours, bonus tracks, The Chant Has Begun, Power Mix, A Floating Life demo, 7 Days demo, Hours by the Window demo, Free Yourself unused demo, Hot Water master mix, World Machine, Extras, I Sleep on My Heart remix, World Machine dub, Something About You, Sissat mix. Yeah, so you know, you're getting better stuff here through. Running in a Family, Extras, Lessons in Love, Shep's Final Mix, Children's Say Slap Bass mix, To Be With You Again, ADSC mix, Running in a Family, HTL dub, and Staring at the Sun, 3 Words, Take a Look remix, Tracy extended version, Take Care of Yourself extended version. Take Care of Yourself was released in 1989 as a kind of a single from Level Best. I was never mad about that track. It's just kind of almost got this kind of power pop, kind of hip hop kind of beat going through it. Yeah, wouldn't be for me. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. If not, I don't care. Just kidding. So yeah, this is these are nice, but yeah, discs are done nicely as well. So you know, look after yourselves and keep listening to this great music. Brings happiness, and I'm waffling on like an idiot. So yeah, take care.